Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today with us. I am very glad today to, uh, you know, just meet Sumitra, one of our students. I am so happy, Sumitra, that you are able to join me. Thank you so much for joining me. Sumitra is here to share her journey of registered nurse title and how did she start. So, Sumitra, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so nice. Okay, Sumitra, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, yeah, it's been a long time that I studied my nursing. I studied my nursing from Nepal. I passed in 2009, but I got my license in 2010. I practiced there and I had a bit of gap.
Okay.
Um, I
How long did you practice there for, Sumitra, in
I
Nepal?
long time, more than 5 years.
More than 5 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
I started as a post-operative nurse, and then my
Wow.
yeah, and but my majority of my practice was in a NICU.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
Amazing. And neonatal intensive care unit, that's
yes,
I always tell the students it's so hard for me, like especially having kids.
hmm,
It's very, very hard for me to work in
yeah.
NICU.
That
Like
was before kids. I
I
don't
know,
know. I
right?
don't know if I can return back
I
to
don't
NICU
think
or
I
not.
can. I don't think I can ever like. I think being single, not having kids, is a very different story.
Yeah,
Once you have kids, it becomes personal, right?
yeah,
And we are told not to take things personally, but
right.
when you have your kids, you're like, oh my God, I can't see the kids sick. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I came to Canada in 2019 in a student visa. I did community health service navigator course here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, now I am currently working as a mental health and addiction worker in a mental health and
That's the
addiction.
second place I cannot work.
Now I am loving it. Maybe I will continue in addiction and mental health field.
Oh wow. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Yeah.
Yes.
So, how did you take this big step of becoming, like, a registered nurse in Canada? How did that start? Like, where did that thought come from?
I always wanted to continue as a nurse, registered nurse, but it happened I couldn't in a some time. So I wanted to do it, but I didn't know where to start. I
Okay.
was in a mat leave. I was back in Nepal last year. I wanted
Okay.
to do at that time because I had a support,
Okay. Yeah.
right? But I didn't know where to start. When I returned back from Nepal, my maternity leave was over. I had a full-time job. I had to return back, but I saw the Facebook post about Sheer Success Nursing
Okay.
about the webinar. So I
Okay.
joined that webinar, and
Okay.
then my journey started from there. That
Okay.
one webinar changed my whole
Life. I
life.
know, right? Like
Yeah.
one thing I think sometimes I tell the students, and it's really nice to hear that like one conversation with you changed the life. And
Yeah.
I'm so blessed and I feel like we are able to make some positive, changes in someone's life.
Yeah, but it wasn't easy. I two small kids, 2 years and
Okay.
4 years,
Wow. Oh,
boys.
that's really small.
Yeah, and then a full-time job, no help at all.
Wow.
Just me and my husband here in Canada.
Yeah. Wow.
We both have a full-time job.
Wow. And you both are managing. I think you guys probably worked shifts
Yeah,
to
we
cover
do
the
shift.
kids, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
wow.
that's
Yeah. That's very brave and that's very and on top of that, like you have two kids, they are already a full-time job. You come from work, you don't have a break because you have the kids.
and I do 12-hour shift. I was all already like
Wow.
exhausted when I come home.
I know. Because you probably start like, you get up at 5 to get everything ready for the kids,
Yeah,
go to work, come back, do it all over again, and then you are studying.
yeah.
Wow. How did you manage all that, Smitra?
So, yeah, I don't know how I managed, but I managed.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, and then I had that. So I took club from. I started with you guys in May.
Okay.
I took it seriously. I did. At that time, I used to do in a different department. I had an 8-hour shift. I
Okay.
requested my
Yeah.
coworkers, I will switch you with you guys. I will strictly do the day shift so I can attend
Wow.
all those classes from 6 p.m.
Wow. So you were making time adjustments to be
Yeah.
present in the class.
And later I changed my department, so I had to do the 12-hour shift.
Okay.
So yeah, I asked my coworker to do weekends so I can attend those classes.
Wow.
So I did lots of shift switch around.
You wanted to make it work. That's why you
Yeah.
were switching shifts and stuff, right? How were the classes? How was your experience with the
It
class?
was good. It was good. I attended most, so for the first 3 months, for
Okay.
me,
Wow.
I attended most of all classes. I was the recorded if I missed any.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that thing happened with my New York application. So for the first time, it didn't go
Yeah.
through. So I had to read. So I didn't lose the hope, but my motivation got
Yeah,
a
it,
little
it can
bit.
happen. Like, the
Yeah,
eligibility process can be so daunting for internationally educated
yeah,
nurses, and that can make you feel like, oh my God, maybe this is not gonna work.
right.
But I feel like I tell the students all the time that these are little minor setbacks. God is testing you if
Yeah,
you're gonna continue,
yeah.
right? But you persisted, you continued your journey.
I continually, almost every week, calling them.
Yeah.
And my file got stuck in one place, that educational evaluation or something. It's been there for a month and month. I was calling them.
Okay.
Yeah, I started in May. I finally got my eligibility in January. It
Yeah.
took that long.
And it was from New York board, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I got my eligibility, I booked my NCLEX exam. So after my eligibility, I started
Again.
studying again.
Okay.
I had to, so that second time, I mostly do the recording videos and the boot camp.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody, I was just talking to another student this morning. Her name's Adipta. She's from Nepal too.
okay.
And I'm noticing a pattern, right? And that's why we do all these kind of videos too. That I'm noticing a pattern. Every student who passed the exam have watched the recordings at
Yeah.
least twice.
Yes. So
Everybody.
recording, if
Yeah.
I get a chance in a break, just go through the PowerPoint slideshow.
Yeah.
Like if I can't listen the audio, I can just quickly watch the slide, right?
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
kind of things.
So the
Yeah.
website was helpful to you in that way then.
Yes, all the contents were very helpful. Everything come. I think everything's come from all whatever class we were taking.
It was
Yeah.
it was the whole package, I think. Like
Mm-hmm.
everything is presentations, live classes,
Right.
recordings are there, question bank was coming
Right.
in, and there were so many discussions. And I think like the interactive, and I know I remember you in the classes too. The interaction with the students is what makes the classes successful. It's
Right.
not just the instructor that makes the class a success. I think every student's contribution, every time, like even the current batch that's ongoing, I tell them sometimes like the class is finishing at 9 and I don't leave the office until 9:30 because they have so many questions, and I want to make sure I answer their questions, because otherwise I feel like I have left them in doubts.
Yeah.
What's the point of that? So I think that's helpful to the students.
Yeah, during the exam, my exam stopped in 86 questions.
Okay. Oh my God.
I was like panicking when it didn't stop in 85. Oh my.
Yeah.
And then I got maybe 6 or 7 question of delirium, same topic. I
Wow.
knew the first time it is right, and then why it's giving me the same question
Yeah.
again, same
Yeah.
topic. Maybe that wasn't the right. I didn't do the right.
Okay, so you were guessing yourself in the
Yeah.
exam.
So what? No, I was thinking about, this is right answer. There is no way this is not
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But yeah, I got 6 case studies, 6 or 7 case. I
Wow.
don't know why. I thought it will be only three when you stopped in a.
The minimum is three, but
No.
when you're doing really well, the case studies can go above three. So
Yeah.
that means you were doing really well, and they want, it's just like they're giving you higher critical level, higher thinking level questions. That's why the case studies numbers kind of go up. But
Okay.
it's like so cool that your exam stopped at 86 instead of 85.
Yeah, it was stopped in 86, and I got 80, 6, and after 3 case study, okay, I'm going to have like 150. because
Yeah,
it
okay.
didn't it didn't stop in three case studies,
Yeah,
right? They give me six. I was like hoping I was to
yeah.
get one
And
50, but
it makes your brain really tired too. The problem with the case studies, because you have to read so
read.
much,
Yeah.
it's so tiring. It's
And then
just
in the middle of everything, all the hard question, there was some very simple question like sources of potassium. Those,
yeah.
okay, it is going back to the simpler question. Maybe I didn't do the right.
Oh my God, you kept judging yourself throughout the exam.
Yeah.
Not like I've been teaching you guys that don't judge yourself in your
No,
thoughts.
very judgmental there. Like, why they are giving me this simple question all the middle of nowhere?
Wow,
Yeah.
Sumitra. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
can
was.
happen to students who are really smart. Then why are you giving me simple questions? I'm
Yeah, maybe
smart.
the first and some of the topic were like never heard of. Like you
Okay,
have to make
absolutely. Yeah.
one. I remember one was West Nile virus. I never heard of that virus.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, when they said West Nile virus, and there were some options like causes by seafood or something, and there
Okay.
is another transmitted by blood. Okay,
Okay.
so if it's a virus, it should be a vector one. Okay, I
Oh,
choose.
nice.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. So
that.
you were using your critical thinking even when
Yeah,
so I think what I'm getting from your conversation is that even though you did not know a topic, like
right.
no matter which topic it is, like you happen to have West Nile virus, right? Not necessarily everything that is showing on the exam that students are going to know 100%. There's always like a 5 to 10% ratio where you may not get the topics that you have studied really well. I
Right.
was talking to Adipta this morning and she's like, I studied the most difficult topic and my
Same with
exam was
me.
fundamentals of nursing.
So I studied cardio. Oh my god, I spent most of the time on my cardio, but I don't think I get any question on cardio. My
Yeah.
question most of is
But
pediatrics and
yeah, but to get to the answer to the other question, that studying one topic
yeah,
definitely helps you because it broadens your mindset.
right.
You learn more. You don't even realize that how much have you learned from that one topic.
Yeah, I mostly got pediatrics, ortho,
Okay.
yeah, and other fundamentals.
Yeah. So, how was your study plan like, Sumitra?
It was just random. Whenever I get time
Okay.
between the kids and the job,
Yeah.
random. I try to do the study plan, try to make a note, but my note was all colored over by the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was all random.
Okay.
I tried to focus with the last month to the strict study plan, but didn't happen.
Yeah, because of the kids, right? Like the kids are
Yeah.
so young, but you inspired them so much, right? Hoping that, that just goes into them subconsciously that my mother has said.
Whenever I couldn't study or I couldn't give a time for my study, I always remember Alvin ma'am's line. Excuse versus effort.
Efforts, I
Is
know.
this my excuse or I'm making
I'm trying
effort?
to make an effort.
Because this is my 4 year old's first year of in school, my second son's first year in daycare. We all are sick since September,
Yeah,
not even on one healthy day.
yeah.
Like a
Oh,
tense round of gastro, lots of cough, cold every
yeah,
single day. All four of us are sick.
yeah,
And then in between all those exams, yeah, it's
yeah.
very,
It can get very, very tough. But
yeah.
you did not give up, Sumitra.
No, I
And
did
I think,
not. I
yeah.
woke up whenever I couldn't sleep, I woke up and I will finish one
Wow.
topic kind of
Wow.
things.
And what are your study tips for students who are like you, who have little kids and they're trying to, balance a full-time job with the
Yeah.
kids? What do you think
I
can
I
work?
would suggest just to be consistent. Whatever you wanna, like maybe just cover one topic in a one day or five in a day, whatever like suits you. Just be consistent, never give up. Do not pause for a week and then come back later, kind of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, be consistent.
Adipta said the same thing today. I was talking to her this morning and she
Yeah,
said the exact same thing. And it's so beautiful to hear that from the students who passed because, it's the same theme.
yeah.
you're saying stay consistent no matter what, do at least. And she was saying she just made sure that she did questions every day, she studied every day. She's like, no matter what, I will make time to study at least one topic every single day.
Yeah, I didn't know about the boot camp. I heard from you guys, right? So I
Yeah.
purchased in the last month.
Yeah.
And then I did my readiness test. It was a borderline.
Okay.
And then after all those, it was all like a high or
Fine.
very high. I
Yeah.
didn't study all from the Sure Success content. I got like high or very high on my
Wow.
readiness. And okay, I
Did
can.
you follow anything else like other than the content from,
No,
no,
just those, and then whatever,
the explanations?
yeah, and then whatever resources like you guys provided, Lipin code. I tried to for
Yeah, I
research,
know. I
but
know.
it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's so vague, and
Yeah.
I did look that Stephanie's
Yeah,
those, yeah,
Stephanie Beggs,
nurses
and
in
then
making,
Christine works
yeah,
really good. Pearson is good for fundamental. So we kind of make sure that you have all the resources, because I think some of the content that we give is towards the end is actually students realize later on that, oh wow, now this is golden. Like you taught us everything, and now this is like just a very small,
yeah.
quick revision. Yeah. And how about the strategies? Did the strategies help you in the
That
exam?
helped a lot. That helped some of the topic when you don't know what is this, the strategies help. And
Yeah.
it's more, it's, I think like it's not knowledge based, it's a safety based exam.
Yeah, it's all
It's
about
when you
safety.
know how you can manage the safety plan, and then you can pass the
Exactly.
exam.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sumitra, thank you so much for being with me today. I genuinely appreciate it. And I think, I'm sure people who are watching this recording, and if they are from Nepal, they will benefit a lot.
Yeah.
And, anyone can do it. And you have done it when it was so, so hard, right? And everyone's heart is different. I tell the students, like, you have to choose your heart. Your heart is different than someone else's, right?
Right.
So everybody has to make it work with their heart. Like, whatever is your heart, you have to make it work with that.
And then I want to suggest the future is who want to do the NCLEX, do not overthink.
Yeah.
It's if you try to overthink, it's always whenever I was doing the exams, if I overthink, that question is always wrong.
Yeah.
Just be simple whenever you get that first instinct, that would be always the right answer.
Wow.
You just change in the middle and it
I
will
think
be
that's
wrong.
such a great tip, Sumitra, that don't overthink whatever your gut tells you the first time, like kind of go with, like think about it and
Yeah.
then go with it. Because I think I was speaking to a student today, and like, they were telling me that how they have been changing answers, like a brilliant student in the class. And I have no doubts that they're going to pass. Like I know they're going to pass in their first attempt. And they go like, oh, but I am changing my answers a lot. And I'm like, you are overthinking, right? So I think and like confidence will come for sure. When you start practicing, you do develop the confidence, because
Yeah.
then like, I can figure it out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think confidence, and like there is a line where it's like confidence, overconfidence, and confidence and overthinking. So you kind of have to navigate that. I'm just gonna stay in this zone of green, because neither the overconfidence help you, neither the overthinking, because overthinking is coming from underconfidence, right? Like you're not sure about yourself. So I think that's such a beautiful tip, Sumitra.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being with me today, Sumitra. I appreciate it, and I hope that many of the nurses from Nepal see your video and get inspired by you with the circumstances that you had. If you did it,
Yeah.
anyone can do it. Like,
Anyone can do it, and do it because they just need a little bit of motivation, and
yeah.
that's
And
it.
I think the mentorship kind of comes in handy,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
that plays a vital role. The
Yeah.
first mentorship, because we don't know where to start. The starting point when we get that right mentorship, and that can lead to the success, right? Uh,
Because we, like, when we are in the beginning, we don't know if we should study a book or if we should be doing something. It just gets very, difficult for the students to learn where to start,
right.
right?
Yeah, when we get that, yeah, first mentorship, and then that can lead
Just
where we can follow.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Sumitra. It was so nice seeing you today, and thank you for taking the time to speak to me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.